Coach Kiva from our new, what do you want to call it? Our new like outreach to the community. And yes, it's all about health and wellness. And this community and business was created in honor of my grandmother, my Nana, who passed away in October of 2025. Those who follow me know that she was very special to me. I was her caregiver for 3 plus years, even before we even called it caregiver, right? That's literally what it was. It's kind of interesting. We learn as life goes on, like what we really were doing. So my grandma passed away in October. Premier Home Care was licensed the same month she passed on my birthday, October 24th. So October is very near and dear. So I'm coming on real quick just to share with you, share with the community, but particularly, this is for all my case managers, case workers, discharge planners who, work at various settings. But from my experience, I'm speaking from when my grandma was at the hospital when she was discharged. And I know there are people out there who have questions about like what kind of support can we give for our loved one if they do not meet the home health requirements, right? Because in order to get home health, the doctor has to write a prescription, has to write a recommendation for you to do that. And we didn't know that, right? But my grandmother had already qualified because she was disabled in various ways, right? So I want the caseworkers and discharge planners to know that if your patient does not meet the criteria for home health, we are here to support you. We provide non-medical home care. And what that means is that when you have home health, that's more skilled. But we are licensed for non-medical home care, meaning we can assist your patients when they are discharged from the hospital with things such as medication reminders, light housekeeping, light laundry, those things to help keep your patient independent and able to remain at home, right? So that's what I'm going to talk about today because from my experience, sometimes the discharge planners and caseworkers just don't know. Sometimes the doctors don't even know either. And that is only from my experience speaking and advocating on behalf of my grandmother, Miss Nana, who passed away. So always honoring her. And I'm honoring her because I'm sharing with you different tips that can help you if your loved one happens to go in the hospital or may need some additional support in order to remain home. And yes, that is my Nana right there. I wear it all the time. Good morning. All right, so again, this is for discharge planners, caseworkers, just family members who may have a loved one in the hospital or even rehab, right? So basically, we are licensed in Maryland to care for clients for non-medical. And I'm gonna say it again, non-medical meaning that this type of care can help keep your loved one home, not in a setting outside of your home. Because I know from upfront, from our experience, it was really, really tough visiting my grandmother at the hospital, rehab, all these places to make sure that she was getting the proper care. It's so much easier to have it in your home. If you can relate, give me a one in the chat because it was a lot of work and it took a village. It took like a lot of people and a family, but sometimes it's only a very few who are available. Remember that. Okay. So basically, non-medical home care, like I said before, does not require a physician's note at all. No referral is needed. It's basically you making a decision that you desire to have additional support at home where you can remain at home and not have to go to a rehab facility. If you do, no problem. We can go there with you as well, right? But being in the comfort of your home was really, really beneficial for my grandmother. We saw her go from like really, what do you call it? From like recovering from the hospital, like ICU to different stages, to coming home and being nursed back to her baseline. Okay, so non-medical home care does not require a physician's order. You have to make a decision and you do your own research, and that means making sure the company is licensed. That is really important. licensed in Maryland, okay? And not only that, making sure that you know exactly what you're looking for. Like, do you, because the care plan must have these things on there, or the agency will not honor it. So we're real particular on if it isn't in the initial assessment, if it isn't in the care plan, we're not doing it, right? If we need to reassess and edit the care plan, that's what we're going to do. So again, so if you need light housekeeping, or if you desire laundry, meal prep, all those things, medication reminders, then that is the kind of service that we can provide, even transport to your appointments, right? So when you do that initial assessment with the nurse, please make sure that you are letting the nurse know what services that you would like. And if you require a transport to appointments, that's perfect. We took my grandma to her appointments as well. She was waiting for me to pick her up. It was so sweet. She was just waiting for me to pick her up. And if I was late at all, she'd be like, Kiva, where were you? I'm like, Nana, I was like right outside, getting your wheelchair ready to come inside to get you. So just make sure, my recommendation is to make sure that you know exactly what services you desire for your loved one, okay? And two, like, does your loved one need support with personal care, with, with their hair, with brushing their teeth, with getting dressed? Like, that is personal care. But if they just need companion care, that means someone to talk to, someone to like play games with, to go on a walk, do all those things. That is more so aligned with companion care, which is what my grandma had. She had it all. So we're making sure that we provide all those services in our agency. But the most important thing is making sure that you express your desires in the initial nurse assessment. Okay. All right, I am doing well. How are you? Let me know where you're chiming in from. If you need home care, how has your experience been? And do you have an agency right now that you're working with? Okay, let me know. All right, so basically, non-medical home care can support loved ones in their home, in a rehab facility, more so the companion caregiver role, in assisted living and independent living as well. So there isn't any setting that we are not able to assist in. When you are in assisted living setting, independent setting, or even in rehab setting, that is more of a companion care, meaning we are there to check on your loved one, to provide social engagement, because we know that a lot of family members are either working, they have children of their own, and they just cannot get to the facilities all the time. How do I know? Because that was us. That literally was us. So we're here to support you. So I'm going to recap in case you came on late or watch it on replay. So basically, Premier Home Care Residential Service Agency was licensed in October of 25. So we are in the business of supporting the community right here in Maryland. We are licensed. My grandma passed away October 1st, 2025, and I was her caretaker for like 3 years plus before we even knew that we were actually her caregiver, right? It's so amazing. And so we provide non-medical home care, right? It does not require a doctor's order or prescriptions. It just requires you to make a decision, a choice that your loved one desires these services. Like, do they wish to stay home? We can provide services at home, in nursing assisted living facilities, independent living, nursing rehab, more of a companion care. But when we're in your home, it's more so we can do both. Personal care with like grooming, helping brush your teeth, helping with, getting dressed, things like that. We can help with meal preparation, light housekeeping, what else? Transportation to appointments, all those things, right? So it does not require a doctor's order, a physician's order, okay? There are equipment that you can get from home. They can even donate it to you from Maryland. So if you need that, put equipment in the chat. I'll send you the link in Maryland. All you have to do is get your doctor to complete the form, and then Maryland will send you an email letting you know when you can pick up the equipment if it's available. How do I know? Because my grandma got some equipment too. Yes, she did. All right, and then also, like I said, for personal care, companion care, and we have flexible schedules. So let me know if you are in the comments down below. What was your experience finding home care, non-medical, right? How's it going for you? Is it working? And if you are desiring to find a new agency, just let me know because we are here to support you. That's pretty much it, but this is, I'm calling all my caseworkers, all my discharge planners, because from my experience, sometimes they just don't know the resources that are available for their patients when they are being ready to be discharged, okay? So that is it for now. I'll put the information down below how you can visit the website if you want to learn more about how we can support your loved one right here in Maryland, okay? So that's it for now. Have an amazing day, and we look forward to serving you, and we look forward to meeting you in the community. We're going to be out with that outreach, just serving, right? I look forward to meeting you all as a client or in the field. All right, have an amazing day.